Alright, we're back. I don't know what my hair is doing. I showered recently. Whatever. I've been doing the same as everyone else during quarantine, which is absolutely fucking nothing. However, I have told this story to 2 people today, and they both told me to sit my ass down and make a video about it. So here we are. As you can tell from the title, this video is about lucid dreaming. Correction, you stupid fuck. This video is about sleep paralysis. This is like the only thing I vividly remember from my childhood. So my first experience with lucid dreaming, I was a young child. I was still in the bedroom across the hall from mine, and I moved out of that bedroom at like age 7, maybe 8. So I was like a real young elementary school student. I had nightmares in that room all the time. The door used to open and close. That's not even really a story. It was probably just me being young and stupid. But I don't like that room, and I slept in there like a year ago, and I still didn't like that room. It still made me uncomfortable. So I had this dream. So I was at my school, and it was really weird because I was with my friends, but 2 of them were friends that I had in kindergarten that had since like moved. So I don't know why. It was just weird to me. I'm with my friends. I don't really remember much of the dream itself until we get to the point where we're in the back of the school and this little field that we had, and there was like a baseball court to the side, and I'm sitting around with my friends, and somehow I had broken my arm and they're all like injured as well, and I'm like 7, so like me dreaming about having a severe injury while all my friends are like bloodied to hell as well, it was like really scary for me. But I'm sitting there and I'm looking at them all, and we're still like terrified, running from whatever hurt us or whatever, and I'm like, guys, it's fine, this is just a dream, like we're gonna wake up tomorrow, my arm's going to be okay, and none of us are going to be hurt, and it's all going to be over. The next thing I remember was I was in the parking lot. School is that way, playground's that way, street that way, and I'm laying there, arms out, I can't move, there's this weight on my chest pinning me to the cement, and my gaze is just across the street at this house, and I can't move at all, and my eyes are wide open. And as I'm staring at this house, this man appears, and he's staring down at me, and I know in that moment that he is what is pinning me to the ground, and I'm terrified, but I can't scream, and I'm sitting there just staring at him, and he's staring at me. And then it was like that for I don't know how long, but it was horrifying to little me. Like I was so scared. And then the next thing I know, I'm like just jolting up in bed, just straight up jolting up, and everything disappears. And I freak out, and I go into my parents' room freaking out. They tell me to go back to bed, but every time I close my eyes, I see this man again. And so for the next week, I have this reoccurring nightmare, and I specifically remember we went to Chicago to visit my cousin that week, and this was like days later, and I tried to go to sleep in his bed, and I thought that it'd be okay, and like maybe the change of scenery would help, but I swear, I fucking swear to you, I went to sleep and I dreamt that I was pinned down staring at that man again, and it was just an ongoing loop. So the first time that happened, I was little and I didn't know what it was, but I'm fully convinced that the first time it was sleep paralysis, and every time after that it was just a recurring nightmare of this horrible experience that was playing in my brain every time I went to bed. But like, that situation, I definitely was experiencing sleep paralysis. Now, the second thing that happened the other night, I'm not convinced was. And the reason I'm not convinced it was is because I literally completely forgot about it and didn't remember until I was watching a video and someone was talking about sleep paralysis, and it just came back to me, and I was like, what the hell? And also, as you'll see when I tell it, I didn't feel that pressure pinning me down, and that's like the telltale sign of sleep paralysis. Like everyone who's had it talks about that pressure weighing you down, and a lot of people see demons holding them down. So I don't know, but I'm gonna tell it anyways. In my dream, I was driving a pickup truck. I don't know why I was driving. I had a pickup truck. So I was driving my pickup truck down like Lake Michigan Drive towards Lake Michigan, and I wanted a cheeseburger. I I really fucking wanted a cheeseburger. So I pull into McDonald's and I go to the drive-thru and I'm ready to get my cheeseburger, and the lady talks to me through the speaker, through the drive-thru, and I'm just like, wait, no, this is wrong. So I pull around, I go around the building a full time, go to the parking lot, park, and then go inside and order my cheeseburger face to face. So I get my cheeseburger and I'm walking towards the dining area, and it's a huge dining area for McDonald's. It seems off. And I remember sitting down and then wanting something and looking around and being like, something's not right. Like, I just didn't, something about it wasn't right. And I think I wanted to change the wallpaper. The wallpaper didn't fit. And so I just went, oh, this is a dream. I can change the wallpaper. And so I tried to change the wallpaper, but the second that I realized that it was a dream and I was trying to craft it, I was like losing myself from it. And I tried to fight it so hard because immediately my mind went to, if I wake up from this, I'm gonna have sleep paralysis. That is like the thing that happens when you lucid dream. And so I was terrified suddenly. And the more I try to grasp onto the dream, the more I try to cling to it and try to stay in it, the more I just get pulled out of it, and it's just this horrible like cycle until finally I'm just clenched out and then I'm in my bed. And my eyes tried to fling open, but I knew that if they, in the back of my head, I knew if they opened I'd see things, so I did not want them to open. So I was sitting there unable to move, just like frozen, and I was like trying to force my eyes to stay closed. I was focusing all of my energy on trying to keep my eyes closed. And I could just see them fluttering before me as they were trying to open, but I was trying to keep them shut so that I wouldn't see anything, because I didn't want any of those terrible stories of like demons in the corner and people trying to kill you to like happen to me in that moment. So that was where I was focusing all of my energy, and that's where I wonder if maybe that's why I didn't feel the weight on my chest, because I was so hyper focused on keeping my eyes shut. But I also just could have, we'll get there. But anyways, I'm frozen. I can't move at all. I'm desperately trying to keep my eyes shut and they're fluttering open here and there. And in my head, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, but in real life, there's just nothing coming out because nothing's moving. Like, I'm just laying there. But like, I'm screaming until my throat is raw, until I'm feeling, and I'm like, wait, like I'm not making any noise, right? And that's when my stomach kind of gave way, and like I could kind of move the muscles in my stomach, and I just started to curl up. The second I was able to move, it just blacks out. So I have two theories. Either I dreamt the entire thing about McDonald's and sleep paralysis, and it was just all a dream, like a dream within a dream, and then sleep paralysis, and it was like a nightmare. Or I did the thing where, you know when you wake up to your alarm and you turn it off and fall back asleep, but then when you wake up again you don't remember it at all and you just think you slept through your alarm? That's one of my theories. I think that maybe I woke up and the second I got control of my muscles again, because I was already in that state of a dream and I hadn't even opened my eyes, I just fell back asleep. Either that or I just dreamt the entire thing. So that's my story time for today. Those are my experiences with sleep paralysis. I find it super fucking interesting and I love hearing people's stories about this. So if you have anything, please tell me. I would love to know. Just like message me. But happy quarantine, I guess.